Welcome to LinkedUp, Breaking Boundaries in Education, a podcast that focuses on what is happening in education today, connecting everyone to the movers and shakers that are breaking boundaries in the education arena.
Hello, this is Jamie from LinkedUp, Breaking Boundaries in Education. And Jerry and I, hi Jerry, how are you?
Hey, I'm great, Jamie.
Jerry and I are super pumped today because, well, I especially am, I know, because I get obsessed with two different things. Now that I don't teach anymore, I do PD for teachers here and there. I do mostly content related things, but I get so obsessed with AR and VR and green screen technology. I get so excited about it. And I love seeing kids get excited about it and the explosion of creativity. Do you see a lot on social media, Jerry?
Oh, yes. And I love it. I have done a little bit with green screen. And one day I had to substitute just on the fly when I was a principal. And so I went in, I had no idea what they were reading. So I had them find pictures of the setting of the book. And it just turned into this deep, deep, deep conversation. So at that point, I went, this is legit. This green screen is legit.
Yeah, it's a great way to engage kids. And like my favorite that I've seen, and I hope our guests talk about it today, I love like kids were doing an oral presentation about their diorama. They were inside of it, pointing to what they were talking about.
Oh, I love it.
Have to hear about that. So we have amazing guests, celebrities, I think. I mean, for me on social media. So I'm super excited.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And just pre-show, I met them like 5 minutes ago and we're all fast friends. I just think they are amazing. And I've just known them for 5 minutes. So today we have with us Erika Sandstrom and Gustave Karagrozis. I got it. Karagrozis. Yay. Yes. So Erika and Gustave are here and we are so excited to have you with us today. But I was wondering if you just start, Erika, tell us who you are and what you do, and then we'll go to you, Gustave.
Okay. Hi, and thank you so much for having us. We're so excited. Anybody who will talk green screen with me is my people. My name is Erika Sandstrom. I'm known as Green Screen Gal. I was dubbed that by a digital learning coach, kind of as a joke, and now it's turned into a thing. I'm extremely passionate about the green screen, but I am a digital learning coach for middle school, and I am also a digital media teacher for 6th through 8th. And I also founded Club Mindful, which is Mindful Superhero Club. So I'm a real huge mindfulness advocate, and now I am sharing the green screen love with everyone on this planet that will let me.
And Erika, I taught middle school for 13 years, and that's the age that really gravitates towards this kind of thing. So I bet you just have them in awe of, and you're probably in awe of what they create as well.
Oh, I am. And honestly, my elementary kids they have no fear. They run to the green screen. Middle school, you have to learn to almost trick them in a good way. Middle school, we're guardrails more than teachers. But yes, they do.
Oh, that's a good one. I love that.
We're just guardrails. Okay. I mean, think of your own middle school experience. But I do, the 6th graders will do anything for me in the green screen. 7th and 8th, it's a different story, but you're just as important behind the camera as you are on it. And that's the part that they blow my mind. When they are behind the camera, making the plans and problem solving through these things, it's incredible. So yes, they do blow my mind in different ways though than you think.
I'm sure. And Gustave, tell us about you.
All right, thank you. Again, thanks for having us. Like Erika said, it is a pleasure to be here today with you all. I go down a little different route. I'm a physical education teacher. I live in Long Island, but I'm teaching in Belrose, Queens in New York. I was teaching in Harlem, in New York City, Manhattan. And I started using technology back then with my Harlem classes, but nothing really with the green screening. And then as I filtered my way to Belrose, Queens, I had to spice it up a little bit. A lot of things I've done with recordings, had a lot of different backgrounds, people walking in the background, different wall colors. So it was a little like confusing when you dial into skills because there's so much in the background that the kids could really look at instead of me performing a skill. So I found the green screen, I started recording with it, and it changed my life. Basically, I use it a lot to paint the picture, the scenery of what we're doing. So that definitely has helped with my pedagogy. Everything I do now is green screen. I do a lot of GIF making. So I use a lot of GIFs in my classes because they're looping images and looping videos. And looking at the old videos that I had from Harlem to what I use now, it's way more engaging and way more cleaner, crispier look for the students to really dial into what I really want them to learn.
That is so interesting because, Gustav, I think people think that green screen is just fun and play. But as you were telling me you were painting the picture with it, I'm just thinking how much thought has gone into that for you to select the right images, to paint that picture, and you're thinking about your learners in so many different ways.
For sure.
I am so excited to hear how you're using it in PE. So, could you give us some like particular examples of some of the things you would do? Yes.
So in the beginning of the year, I always start out with locomotor movements. So hopping, running, jumping, skipping. So now that we're all virtual based, to really hone into the students at home, instead of them just watching me do these movements, I kind of paint the picture. So we're going to the park, all right, we're jogging to the park. So instead of having a video of me just jogging in front of a wall that they could see, my background would be a park. So now actually jogging to the park. And now we're at the park, we're going to climb the monkey bars. So picture me like climbing and the behind me be the monkey bars. So really to dial into the different things that we're doing, basically like a theme. For example, if we're learning about juggling, instead of me in front of a wall, maybe put me in a circus, like really engage the students with the backgrounds. And then sometimes they request it as well. Hey, Mr. K, could we do, what's that thing that everyone's doing these days? The little, wow.
I know, it's hard.
What's the, I have it here, hold on. I'll get back to that. So
That's okay, yes.
it's, I'm trying to think of the TV show that did. Among Us, there you go, Among Us. Different Among Us.
Remember that one.
Yes, I actually have a game on it on my YouTube channel. So different Among Us characters. Hey, Mr. K, could we do Among Us today? Sure, but we're really doing fitness. So what I do, I make the backgrounds Among Us. And now the kids really relate to me and relate to the backgrounds, and they're into it and engaged, doing normal push-ups, jumping jacks, lunges, but they're really intrigued because the background is just a picture of an Among Us character. That I made a Tabata workout on my YouTube channel. A Tabata is basically a 4-minute workout, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Yes, so I named it Among Us Tabata, and now the kids are super engaged just because of the title and the backgrounds that are coming on to me. So the video game, take some screenshots, find photos of it, and just pop it into the background with the green screen using Do Ink, because Do Ink is super efficient and really smooth, really quick and easy, and it works out perfect. And they're super engaged just from the background.
Oh, I could imagine. Yes. Go ahead, Jamie.
No, yeah. First of all, Do Ink. I know it's supposed to be so easy, and I had it on my phone and I couldn't figure it out. So you're going to have to explain it a little bit to me. I don't know what's wrong.
Totally.
With it. But also, my question is this: whenever I work with phys ed teachers, they struggle to really see, even though I gave great ideas. There's sort of not excuses, but there's always something, a hindrance, right? Because it's phys ed and it's in the gym. And how do you have technology in the gym so regularly?
It started out in Harlem, like I said. My class sizes were about 50 to 60 kids. So 50 to 60 kids and one teacher and basically one live visual. I could post as many photos on the wall as I want, but only one live visual of showing something. I needed to create GIFs. So to display those GIFs of me looping, image looping, I asked my principals to get me an overhead projector. So we started out with an overhead projector. We had wires hooked up to the outlet, dragging to the center console, to the overhead. And then obviously that became a safety hazard of wires, people tripping. I had to put down mats. It just looked like clutter, but it was still getting across the point of a big wall, a big picture. There's Mr. K or whoever I'm using, looping, so the kids could really zone in onto the critical elements of whatever we're learning. Now in Belrose, Queens, I was thankful to get a Promethean board. So now I have my laptop hooked up to the Promethean board. There's no wires. It's in the corner, the big screen. and the kids could see it across the whole entire gymnasium. On the beginning, I had it overhead, but the lighting where my gymnasium is the windows of the front of the building. So the sun, reflection, it kind of made it hard to see with the overhead. But once I got a computer, a Promethean board in the gymnasium, you could see it from wherever you are. So now, like I said, with the GIFs, they're looping all period long. So it's helping me walk around and give constructive feedback to my students instead of me demonstrating the movement over and over and over visually in person live. It's just a pre-recording of me, and now it's looping. So the kids could go and see the big screen. I also have iPads around the gym if we're doing station works. So each station has their own iPad. And again, instead of me explaining over and over what to do at the stations, I have visuals, I have written words, but sometimes for students that need to see it in movement, it's myself as a GIF again, or a video they can just click play, and it's the whole station being performed over and over again.
So differentiated. That's perfect. Perfect.
And it just replicates you. It's like working smarter, not harder, because it's like having 10 teachers now in the room instead of just one. Those are great examples. Erika, how about you? Can you give us an example or two?
I can give you tons. Would you like me to show you? I'm a very visual person, or are you not ready?
Oh, we would rather see it.
I knew it. Okay. And I'm going to show you some Augusta stuff too in a minute, but I think it's so funny that he says GIF. I still say GIF, but I was told when I kept saying GIF and GIF at the same, both of them, I was like told to pick a team. So I respect that, GIF man.
Oh. I have a funny, on the Green Screen Summit, which is this summer, I have a funny slideshow of a GIF saying GIF, how they both say it. It's pretty cool.
Hilarious. Okay, so let me show you some stuff I put together. Now, for anybody watching, this is going to be linked in the show notes. I know that, but this short website should work, hopefully. If not, I will fix it. Okay, so we're sorry Manny couldn't be here today. He's my partner in crime for our Green Screen Summit. And but I have found my people for sure. So tell you what, do you want me to show your slides now and you can finish explaining that, or do you want me to come back?
Sure, we can. It's a few more. So again, here I am now, virtual teaching. This is my background, as you can see right now. It's my green screen background, my Zoom background, just to be, again, more engaging. Now, someone could walk past me behind me and it won't really pop up on the kids. They won't say, hey, who's that? Who's in your background? It's just me, and I have a virtual background. Right here it is. Thrive PE is my YouTube channel. I'm big with the word thrive in all I do, from fitness to myself to my goals, competitions. So I created Thrive PE. Innovative, as you can see, I'm using a picture of myself for the I of innovative, enchanting. There I am with the T, and standards base. Phys ed, you could be old school and roll a ball out, or you could teach the standards and really give ourselves some self-worth and gain it back from the old stereotypical of just spinning your keys on your finger in the playground, just standing there. So teacher standards, here it is what is the GIF, an animated GIF image, graphic interchangeable format. Again, it's just a file that could be pictures, or it could be a video, and it loops usually 6 to 8 seconds. So here are benefits of tech in PE, paperless assessments. Again, 50 kids in a gymnasium collecting papers and going through that is a process. They lose it, they misplace it. Simple Google form, technology, simple. Usually everyone has a cell phone, some sort of computer to go on at a home or somewhere local, even in school, they're off periods if you're looking at middle school students. Again, there could be a deadline, doesn't need to be right now in this 45-minute period. They could go home, do their assignment, and that links down to recap and debrief. So debrief things, I could post a video, say on Flipgrid, and see what the kids really retained in my class. Hey, could you list the 3 critical elements for a push-up? Could you show me a push-up? So it's just another way for me to really observe all my students. Really watching every student in a 45-minute period is really hard. So seeing videos, definitely helpful.
I wanted to say thank you for putting in about the shy students. When I was in school, I was one of those shy students.
I still don't believe her. I still don't believe her.
It's so true. But it really does help them to thrive, as you would say, and you're in the classroom. So I appreciate that.
I seen it big time. I had a student before COVID, didn't do much in my class. COVID hit, became remote superstar, does more than anyone has ever done in my class remotely. Videos, constantly asking questions through the screen, just basically that feel the home comfort. So definitely technology definitely helps shy students. So visual appealing GIFs and slides. Here they are. This is basically about my green screen summit. My topic is on GIF making and creating visual appealing slides. As you can see, everything here is pretty crispy clean. I like to say it like that. Again, if you saw my old GIFs, I had millions of backgrounds, and now I have all transparent backgrounds that I could drag myself wherever I want. I have borders, drop down menu, drop shadows, and so on. So if you check out the Green Screen Summit this summer, you will learn how to do all these fun little tips and tricks to really engage your students. Here is an activity I created, Beat Saber, with the Doing app. So here it is. Hand-eye coordination for my students. They're following the arrows on the screen, which is a virtual reality game called the Oculus. It's a system. You wear a headset and it's basically coming at you in 3D. Someone had a video of it on YouTube that I grabbed off of it, and I green screened myself onto the video using Doink. I use Noodles to be creative. And the kids follow along, as simple as holding a pencil, holding a pen, holding spoons at home. Some kids get towels, some kids have noodles, and it's cool hand-eye coordination following along with me as we do the movements coming across the screen.
That's awesome.
Just something I made with the green screen. If I didn't have a green screen, it would never be possible.
Isn't he great?
I was dreading exercise all day, and now I want to get up and do that with those noodles. That looks like
It's
so
fun.
much fun.
It gets heated, especially the faster versions. And again, with the technology, I could slow it down for my students. So
Sure.
slow it down.
It's like a
speed it up.
DVR, you know, whenever you record lessons too. I just love it.
Right. And if they're not getting it, they can go back and try again until they succeed with it as well.
Yep.
Exactly. And gosh, you're awesome. And what I have included in here is this 10 ways to create a green screen studio on any budget. And this is talking about how to even use butcher paper from the art room, or even what I did one day, I needed an extra green screen. The kids they only needed it waist up. So we turned on my projector, made a green slide in Google Slides and projected it on the wall, and you have a green screen. Right.
So nice.
So those people that are afraid to get started should definitely read this, because there's so many ways, even from paint to whatever you need to do, Joann Fabrics, even the dollar store. So and once you get going, and I'm going to teach you Doink. I'm going to get you so hooked on Doink. I promise you. That thing is so user friendly for all kinds of kids, and the kids teach me stuff every day. So this stuff is all in here for people about, you know, the benefits, and he talked about a lot of the benefits, but let me tell you some of the samples. So I will come back to the WeVideo part to show you something, but in WeVideo, you can use their stock library. Their stock library has things where you don't even need a green screen to create something. And this is something I made over COVID, where the kids, it's a little laggy, sorry, but the kids can create scenes and layer stuff right there without even using the green screen. And they have all these animals and things right in the program. It's adorable. So I'll show you that in a second. And then Doink, this is an example of, I was also playing over COVID. You can tell I was trying to entertain myself when my kids were out, where you can play around with their text tool. I'm so sorry about the laggy. I think it's my internet. Where you can toss words around and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that is so cool.
I know, right?
I love that.
So I'm gonna come back to Doink, just because I want to show you some other samples of because when we get to the tricks part, you talked about. But here's some examples for some things. You know, for math, I actually working on one now with some kids, some 8th graders doing some algebra, and they're actually moving. They're walking over on their grids and walking up, and then they animate arrows in it. And let me tell you, when kids do stuff like this with coordinates, they remember it. They understand it. They understand it. They have to figure out in the camera, like, Okay, that's a flat worksheet. So how can we walk? So we had to figure out perspective and how we're going to get them to, it was just amazing. And this is some boys who, a science project, they wanted to, they wanted to teach everybody about a dust storm. So I convinced them to use some slow-mo photography. Slow-mo is amazing. It's amazing when you're like, everything's always cool in slow-mo. But here they are. Let's get to the part. Oh, that's not even the fun part. Here they are.
Oh,
So that was hilarious just to get
oh my gosh.
That is great.
the joy of that alone was so much fun. Even the kid behind the camera. And these two, I'm not going to play these right now. This is not actually not mine, but it's just an example of, language arts and social studies. You can do anything in social studies. You can go back in time. You can interview yourself. I like to do a lot of cloning ones where the kids interview themselves and they become a character on one end, and just film yourself twice and pause for the answers. And it's a lot of fun. And then I challenge them. I'm like, why don't you clone yourself 4 times? Let's write a story. And that's fun for kids who are shy because they can help write the script and help film it and direct it. Yeah.
There's so many different components that allow so many different skills and students who have different interests to be behind the scenes or in front of the camera. I just love it. The creativity is just endless.
It is endless. It's absolutely endless. And
endless. I didn't even read that.
oh, isn't that funny? I didn't either. I was looking at you. I didn't even know that was on there. That's hilarious. See, kismet. No, but this is a couple STEM ideas that we had. A couple of my students, these two over to the right here, they had these STEM projects. I said, well, let's take the project that you made and let's take it a step further. And then they ended up making tutorials about how to create these things. So there you go. I know, tutorials with them in front of the screen. And then the thing about video production too is I learned from Brad Montauk. He's like my hero. I'm actually going to ask him to a little pressure, Brad, to interview at the summit. I don't know if he will, but he wrote Kid President. So anything Kid
Oh, yeah.
But when you watch his videos, you'll notice that Kid President, he doesn't always talk on camera. He sometimes makes faces and does a voiceover, or he points to something. Well, and that's what I do with my students. We hardly ever get on the camera and talk. Who likes to do that? It's hard. So I teach video production where, we use voiceovers, we use, gestures, we use speech, think bubbles, we'll put the think bubble and use a voiceover instead. And that will get kids on the green screen more because they only have to stand there and go like this. And then they'll do voiceovers any day. They're fine with that.
That's so cool because so much video production in like real life movies is all with the green screen. And I'm self-learned and self-taught by just looking at this saying, how is that possible? And then in Googling it, figuring it out, and then experimenting myself. And I wish I knew all these hints and tips when I was in college, or I even wish like my phys ed teacher when I was younger would engage us through the green screen. Just makes it so much more lively.
Oh, yes, it does. And I'm just shocked at some of the kids that actually will get on the green screen, the ones you never think would. But it just brings out their true personalities. But behind the scenes is just as important. So these girls, we became part of International Safety Day. It was a global thing. And they made this video. And this is a video that we had of our school. This is my school. Yeah, it was a drone. It wasn't my drone, but I want to get one. But it was fun because it was for International Safety Day. But this one I think you'll really like. This is from the Epic website. Now I have to be careful of copyright and all that, so I don't post this. But it's a mindfulness book about the possibilities and the kids. Oh, did I put the wrong one in? I put the wrong one in. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I have one where the kids are in it, and they are. That's such a bummer because what they do is they jump in the actual puddle, and they do yoga. The girls are here doing yoga. So each page, they become part of the book. And my favorite is when the girls figured out how to make a puddle and make it splash in front of their feet using one of the tricks I'm going to share later. So I have to find the right video for that because I think I just have the background video. I apologize for that. Bummer.
I actually did that this year. Every month we have book month, and the homeroom teachers read the students a book about whatever they're learning. And one of the books I found online, and I green screened myself with ink over the book. And some pages I was there, some pages I wasn't, and I was doing whatever the picture was. I was mimicking the picture in the background. So students really like that. Hey, Mr. K's in our book. So it's pretty cool.
So cute. I mean, it's the problem solving, the critical thinking that takes place. And I bet in your classes, neither of you typically assign homework, but I can see these kids getting so excited about what they're doing that they're doing a lot of this at home and not just in your class, right? They're pumped about it.
Totally. Especially with Flipgrid. I get, Mr. K, did you see my Flipgrid? No, I didn't post an assignment. Well, I left you a video. Did you watch it? It's what we learned today. I was outside with my father playing basketball, and I was using the critical elements, finger pads, waist height. It's so cool to go back and be able to watch those videos.
Well, I'll tell you, a video, and these kids are on TikTok. They're creating videos anyway. So for them, it's just teaching them, I teach them special effects, and I make their TikToks so much better just from the things we learn. But I'll tell you, when I'm teaching WeVideo or Doink or any kind of video production, Adobe Spark, whatever it is, I don't have discipline problems during those lessons. And my school can be kind of tough sometimes. And I'll tell you, oh my gosh, they're obsessed right now with WeVideo, and you don't hear a peep in the room, and just the stuff they come up with. And so, but teaching the art of video, how the music matches beats. I teach them, I break them down. So they're making really, really good videos. But I think my heart is really wrapped around, I was telling you earlier, how when I have my whole mindfulness piece in my own personal life, that I started teaching mindfulness even for my district. I teach PD. I actually volunteer it for Wakelet community things, and all over the world. I'll teach mindfulness to anybody who'll listen. But then when I found a way to bring it to the green screen, it was just this huge light bulb. So what we do is I literally take things like this one, it was mindful games, and my mindful superhero club started doing these, and now all my classes do, where they pick a card and they're like, oh, a breathing, blow a leaf and smell a flower breathing technique. They're like, oh, okay, let's get on the green screen. Okay, you're gonna use the giant flower over there. We're gonna inhale the flower and we're gonna blow the leaves, and we're gonna find, and it's just magical. So this one, sorry, I talk so fast when I get so excited. Just cut me off. This one was talking about limiting beliefs and the negative things we tell ourselves, and how they affect us, our mind, body, and spirit. And so I was telling the kids, I'm like, let's get rid of some things. What can we swat away? And it was actually a GIF from, I think it was Shaq, who does this GIF of where he's knocking negative words out. And I was like, that's where I get my ideas. I see things like that. I'm like, oh, I can't have my iPad near me, because I was up till 2 last night on the iPad. So this is the sample I made for the kids. I'm like, what do you need to let go of?
Right.
So cool.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's so visual, because it's teaching them, you can say that to them, but it's an abstract thing, like to get rid of feelings. Like, what does that actually mean? But then seeing that, just say, yeah, I don't need that. I don't want that. And it really promotes. And I love this, because when we teach them, I have a workshop that I do with little mindfulness centers, so that kids, when they need them, they can go to them and use them. Here, what you're doing is you are having them you're not just teaching them strategies that they should use in their regular lives for mindfulness, but you're also allowing them to engage with that so that they really soak that in. And of course, they're teaching others about it in this way. And teaching is the highest form of learning, whether they're doing it about mindfulness or something in social studies or something in phys ed or science. It is the highest form of learning. So you're giving them that next level, higher order thinking opportunity in these fun, engaging scenarios. It's really, it's amazing. And as long as you have the technology, which now after COVID, most schools do, right? A lot of schools did whatever they didn't have, they ended up getting. So now, and just like you said, kids are using technology every day of their lives. So now they're using it even more and embedding all of these skills that you're teaching them into their everyday lives. It's just so exciting.
I can't wait to go back and watch this over again and quote you on everything you just said. And it made me feel so good too, because, I've been trying for years in my little green screen world to convince people that this isn't just fun running from dinosaurs, which is important too, but it's so much more. I mean, this lesson led into recognizing our emotions, being okay with them, forgiving ourselves, forgiving those emotions. Okay, it's time to let them go. So the kids this is what one of the students did. And I still have him at my school, and he talks about it all the time. He was a hit. He's like, boom. And it was all him. He wanted slow-mo. And it was just great. And like you said, they do use it. I have a story that I tell a lot, but I love this story is we made a video. I don't have it in here, but a video about put your brakes on that negative self-talk. So I have kids that have capes. Oh man, here it is. Green capes. And my mindful superheroes, they have names like Caring Kara, Meditative Marcus, and we put videos in the capes, like smiley faces or whatever. And they went to save the day of this girl who tripped, fell, and was putting herself down. And they're like, put your brakes on that negative self-talk. But the point of it is, in the hallway, I hear them saying that to each other, and they're not even kids from my class. The kids put themselves down. I hear them say, put your brakes on that negative self-talk out in your door. And I'm like,
oh, that must have been fabulous to hear that.
That's what I was going to ask you, Erika. Do they share those with other students in the building then?
Oh, sorry. This one's on the TV. I'm in charge of the TVs because I'm the coach. So that one is on the actual television.
Kids love it when they see their classmates or schoolmates. Yeah, it means more to them.
Yeah, we're the number one entertainment, the digital media class for the TVs in the school. And actually, I'm trying to turn it into something. I'm like not a green screen gal show, but more the mindful superheroes show, because when the kids teach others about it, it helps them more than they realize. They think that they're making these for elementary kids, but it's helping them. And to hear them in the hallway helping each other, it just really warms your heart, and it makes it all so worth it. And teaching mindfulness in this way is because creativity, and I know Gustave would agree, it heals. Creativity heals. I mean, what's the first thing you do when you're stressed? I mean, I go to weavesilk.com, I start painting.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. And not just art, but also music. So creativity heals.
Like you all just said, the students love seeing each other. So like when I'm GIF making, I'll walk around the classroom, my iPad, my phone quickly, take a video of a kid doing it correctly and throwing it with AirDrop, with Apple products, AirDrop it to my computer. Bang, he's on the overhead. He's on the Promethean board. Hey, Mr. K, that was me 2 seconds ago. And there he is. Now he's my demonstrator. Oh, what did Bob do well today? What is Bob doing well in this video? And then it's looping. I made the GIF in 2 seconds because it's user friendly. And now they see each other on the overhead. They feel special. Oh, I'm on the big screen today. So it's pretty cool. Technology is amazing.
It is. I should get this one off the big screen right now. So I do a lot with quotes and things like that. But I have the kids, even with the green screen, create positive posters, their favorite quotes and stuff. And this one, Joe, and it was so fun for Joe because he was researching how basketball players actually pose to dunk. So he was actually, I think, leaning on his knee on the ground. So it was really fun. Even this little assignment, and this, is a one of my more, well, I don't want to say it, but anyway, he loved doing this, and just watching him go through that process was amazing. And then the kids also, I gave them a project. I said, what does the world need more of right now? And we're doing SDGs and all of that too. But this was one they made that I thought was really special. So the ones that are shy got to stand.
Love this.
So that's what we're still working on, but like, yeah,
And it's so many higher level thinking skills, making sure the music goes with what is happening and coordinating all of that. That's no fill in the blank. That's higher level thinking skills at work there.
It really is. And I love you guys for pointing all that out. It's amazing. And, but yeah, I could go on forever, and I don't want to take up more time than I need for the next question.
No, it is so important because there is such joy and pride in doing creative tasks like this and giving the kids the opportunity to do this high level creation. They are just going to forever have that pride, and it really makes a big difference. And I truly do value the collaborative aspects of this as well. All of these 21st century skills are completely highlighted in here. So just like you said, it's not just fluff fun. There is so much involved here that kids are developing in so many different ways.
And these are the lessons they remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
This is what they remember.
They will, they do. And I just love how, like, if you want a kid to learn the water cycle, have them make a stop motion. They will remember it after all the work they've done. It is. So that's the thing. It's not just even just the mindfulness stuff. It's everything.
And even reluctant readers or maybe reluctant learners even get so engrossed in it. They want to know more, and they're doing more reading and more research than you could have ever had them do.
Yes.
And they're doing a project they want to do. Yes.
Exactly. And so much freedom in their creativity too. So yeah.
I have two quick questions. One is, you each have your own classes, but are you able to find time to collaborate with other teachers so that there's crossover, interdisciplinary work that the kids can do? So, because Less Not Life is math close the book, science close the book. So this way they can see how relevant this is. And so maybe they're doing something in science that they can carry over in your class. Did you ever have that?
That's something I've been pushing for in my district, is to have, and I am a coach for the building, but to have a true coach. They shouldn't teach full time as well. They need to have time to push into classrooms, and eventually we'll get there. I know they're working on it, but yeah, it's a coach. The digital learning coaches out there do that. So actually, I hope all the digital learning coaches come to this summit, and also the teachers, because it's just, once they try it, it happens quickly. It happens really quickly. It's getting people over that thing. And that's another reason I've committed myself to creating green screen education for educators. I'm not working in Hollywood. I'm not as fancy as them, but to take it to the classroom and make it accessible for teachers so they can learn.
Now, I could speak upon into collaborating with other teachers as well. Computer Science Week. My computer science teacher came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to do some sort of computer science in phys eds? I said, sure. And they were learning about different countries and traveling through all these different robots that they're using in the classroom. So I created a whole slideshow of us doing fitness around the world. So we traveled from all these different continents, started in Europe, Spain, went to Greece, Paris, and each background was something different. Paris was the Eiffel Tower. So now there's me teaching, doing fitness movements. Let's climb the Eiffel Tower. And now we're climbing the Eiffel Tower and traveling around the world just by using the green screen, and as well as all the other tips and tricks that are on with Google Slides. So cool. Definitely. And then other, like I said, like robots, there's always different gadgets that like roll around the classroom that kids could code. They could code the pathway. So whatever code pathway they code, they're following it now, doing a locomotive. So they're bringing the STEM technology into phys ed.
Yeah, I love it. It is so great. And kids can see that crossover. It makes it so much more relevant for them. And then one final question. I know, and I think it's so great that a lot of this, the base of it is just Google Slides, right? So back in the day when we used to have kids do PowerPoints for everything, right? What you always had to do was have kids focus on the content first and then really highlight, then get into the creativity and the bells and whistles of what's happening here to really bring it to life. Do you use things like graphic organizers to get them to focus on that content, and then add in all of the use the problem solving to add in this creativity?
I'm so glad you asked that, because I didn't put the slide in here, but I really focus on, I always tell people filming is this much of it. And there's a video production process that's similar to the process you go through in the STEM classroom, similar to the process in science class, with discovery and everything. And I take them through that. So instead of just running to the green screen, we have to map it out. We have to figure out timing. There's an example in here where the kids had to write a script first for this one, because some of the kids switch places and some of them do special effects, and also just how they have to, for example, number 10 and 16 switch places, but they've never met. They're in separate classes. So the director had to write the script that, okay, both of them at 9 seconds, one's going to go like this and one's going to go like this, and then they're going to drop and come back. So that was one tiny piece of the script. And then the other part of the script was every single video had to be 32 seconds or someone's going to go poof in the thin air. It's just that whole thing ahead of time. So, and the kids do research on, backgrounds, and then they learn about copyright and all of this way ahead of time. So by the time we get to the green screen, they take one, take two, and they've already practiced it off the green screen. We also use our cell phones, because what's great about these apps is you can take footage on anything and then put it into the app later. So if you only have if you're a Chromebook school, give them one iPad is all you really need. And then they can take all their footage with their phone. And also, with WeVideo too, you can always just upload it. So I don't know if that answered the question, but like we really do plan it out. And by the time we get to filming, that's number 7 on the list. What do you do, Gus?
I think teachers are afraid of green screen a lot of times because it looks so complicated. So what advice would you give to someone that's saying, that is so complicated, I don't know if I want to get that involved in something?
Actually, you're
doing.
Yes.
Let me ask you, you're going to be sharing all of this. There's an exciting summit coming up. How is all this going to be incorporated? I'm so excited about this. What is the summit?
We're jumping to the summit. Okay.
Erika's pride and possession and years of worth of knowledge put together.
I can't, I still pinch myself because I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But it just seems like every time I share anything, people are like, I want to learn, I want to learn how to do this. So for people for the summit, or people that are afraid of green screen, it's one of those things is, give yourself one win. And I always start with teachers when I do workshops and stuff. I'll say, all right, where is a place you want to travel or a place you want to revisit? Let's manifest it, or let's just have a great photo there. And they usually love to do that. So, and that's the simplest thing to do is you just teach them that the bottom row and all video production apps, and DoInk is one, WeVideo is one, VScope, all of them, is the bottom row is always your background. And then you on the green will disappear, is on the second one. And you start off simple and they're so excited. So you just have to give them an opportunity, principals, just give them an opportunity to get on a green screen, or have it be a station at your PD day, or let me come in and do it, or even virtually. And on DoInk, you can actually manipulate yourself and put yourself on top of the Eiffel Tower. And so
and you'll teach all of these things in the summit?
You're gonna learn so much more. This example, I put this in here. Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. I put this in here because people see it all the time. There's no green screen involved here. So you will learn how to do this with overlays. This is in front of my house. So basically, I had my boyfriend Jay, he filmed with nice steady arms, me running by. He also waited. He argued with me about it first. I'm like, no, after I run by, keep filming, because you need to leave room for the dinosaur. He filmed an extra 15, 20 seconds. and then put me in slow-mo. And then you go, and this is also what you'll learn is how to grab videos like this one, and where you can find, the dinosaur or whatever it is. This is the wrong video, but the dinosaur video. And then I teach people how to match the edges so he doesn't come out of midair. So it's one of those tricks that's easier than you think. And then this is the trick that I get a lot. People are like, how do you climb out of your computers? How do the kids in that Christmas one that are in the little advent calendar, they're behind a piece of, it's just one of those things kids use for, not dioramas, but what's the other thing called? When they do reports.
Oh yeah, those boards, the science boards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trifold board, poster board.
Yeah. And you just put green over it. You try to get rid of as many wrinkles as you can. But, and then you can come out of anything. You're in a window. You're in an advent calendar. You're in a car. You turn to the side and put your arm there, and it's a perfect thing for the car. I always tell people, don't let them have an imaginary steering wheel. Just keep their hand down and, and wave. But this is the one that went a little viral. That was a true fall. I was trying to show something, and then I literally fell. But that happens a lot with me. But as you can see, don't climb over chairs that high, but you climb over it. And I climbed into the painting or the TV set, whatever that thing is.
Oh my God, my mind is blown. I cannot wait until this summit.
I'm so glad that you said that, because we can't wait. We can't, and I have a whole thing on virtual backgrounds too. I can't wait to share it.
I see here YouTube for tutorials. You both have YouTube channels?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so tell us, where do we find you?
Thrive PE, and then
Thrive PE.
I should come up right away.
Okay.
And mine is, I think it's Erika Sandstrom. I tried to change it to Green Screen Gal, but I'd have to start over. So yeah. And I have under here, I have a playlist of all doing for you guys to get in there and play around. And you will see, oh, that's the wrong one, but you will see a bunch of tutorials on here. It's even in the slideshow that we're sharing today.
So Erika, a little tip for you with YouTube. All my titles, I label it as Thrive PE : and then the title. So now if they search Thrive PE, all my videos come up. So for you, for example.
Oh, mine's a hot mess. Mine's a hot mess.
My breathing bubble, if you put it first, Green Screen Girl quotes, : my breathing bubble, they search that, it'll come up right away. So just how you title your things brings more viewers to your page as well.
Well, thank you very much, Gus. And in fact, you're hired, because that's on my list, is to clean up my hot mess of a YouTube channel. People laugh about it all the time. They're like, Erika, you need to fix that. But I get so excited, I just keep posting videos.
Well, I have a question for you. If I'm reluctant to do green screen because I think it's so complicated, could I use your videos, both of you, for the kids to get them going?
Of course.
Yes, I have a whole doing playlist, and this playlist will have beginner tutorials for everybody, and it's actually pieces of my online course. I also have an affordable online course for teachers, and I teach PD for school districts. And when people go through my course, they have so much. It's the best PD they've had. They have so much fun, and it takes them step by step, and I give them the footage. They don't have to go find the footage. They literally, I'll say, take this butterfly, take this and do this. And it's very hands-on, and it's called Rock Your Green Screen. So that's how we teach people. We have some presenters that are real beginners themselves, but they have taken the plunge. And a lot of them were like, why did you ask me to be in the summit? I said, because you've caught the green screen fever, and we need you to speak to the people that they want to try it and they're scared. And Lisa Love is one of them. She did this, Lisa Love, you should look her up. She did this whole thing on universe water for her kindergartners who were remote. And the thing about remote is the green screen actually helped me. Kids didn't have to have a green screen. Virtual backgrounds, that's what this scary faced video is all about, is how to create your own using Google Slides. But also for me, if I can show you real quick, this is, we have to probably go, but what I did for, I think it was Q Boom, I did a virtual montage. I have a little bit of sciatica right now, so I might I might, let me show you this. So what what I do is I do this montage where I become a tourist, and, we're going to push over that, and, oh, let's run on the moon.
Oh,
And, be in a book. And then, with the kids,
oh,
I'm
you're the
like,
statue.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, go on a trip. I can't do it like I usually do. I wish I could. Skiing. So I have skis, and then the kids actually ski. I'm like, what? And we have ski poles.
Love it.
Frustrating. I have the wrong chair. So I think you get the point. And it's just to have kids do montages or their history reports. And that's what we did virtually. Sorry, I can't stop. See?
It's so much fun. I just can't wait to.
Physical activity.
Yes, right down your alley.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Virtual backgrounds are more powerful than people realize. They really are. So.
Oh, absolutely. Well, could you tell us, when is the green screen? Oh, perfect timing. When is it?
I'm on a boat. Sorry, I can't stop. Okay, so the joy alone. The Green Screen Summit is July 7th through 10th, if I make it to then. It's so much fun to put together, but it's a lot, and it's just been a blast. So these are our presenters right here. And they all kind of tell their own story. And you can go to greenscreensummit.com or greenscreengal.com. And anyone here today watching, $5 off coupon with the capital code of Love Green. And reach out to me if you're hesitant for any reason or you need to know more. The site is being updated daily. So all of these people, there's even a guy from Spain, Trisha Fugel, said Fugel Fun. She's very famous in the green screen world for education. So people love her. And that's Ann Kozma from Flipgrid.
Oh, she has been on our podcast. We love Ann. Yes.
So Barbara Bray. She's a Barbara Bray. She wrote an incredible book. And you probably know half of these. Christina Holweitz, she's pretty big. And this is, so we have some good people here.
A couple of things about the summit I was wondering. So it's July 7th through the 10th. Now, does it run all day, or are there certain hours? And what if you can't get on right then? Is any of it
I just love you because you're asking all the right questions.
videotaped?
Yes, it is going to be taped. It will be live those days in Facebook for like giveaways and stuff, but people that can't, there's a plane, people that can't make it, you can watch the re-record. So one of the tickets is for 30 days of replay, and and you can also get a VIP ticket, which will give you a year of replay. You also get my online course. You also get a bank full of green screen lessons from people globally that we're putting together. It's going to be everything you need, but it's not just green screen. It's not just green screen. You're going to learn how to create a news studio for your school. You're going to learn how to make a podcast and use it for assessment. You're going to learn how to just the ins and outs of anything with video production, media, how to make a GIF, how to do all these things that you see other people do. And so I encourage people, even if you don't care about the green screen, there's way more going on here. And I'm actually updating the website today for the descriptions of what each of the people are doing.
I can't wait to learn myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn too.
I am buying my daughter a VIP ticket. I love this. I love this.
Well, I'm so glad because this is crazy idea I've had for 2 years, and the fact that it's happening, I have to keep pinching myself. And so we hope it gets out there and that people learn about it, because I know they'll be bummed out if they learn about it too late.
That's right. That's right. Oh, fantastic. Now, as we wrap up today, is the best place to find you online? Where would that be? YouTube videos? What would you say?
For me, it's Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Green Screen Gal, and on Instagram, Green Screen Gal 44. But I think if you just Google that, it's kind of a theme.
Okay. And Gustave, what is your
Twitter for sure. My Twitter is my last name, Karagrozis, PE.
Oh, great. Okay. Oh, perfect. Well, we thank you so much for being here today. This is so exciting. I just want to go now and play. I'm going to go check out your YouTube videos and see what I can figure out to do. This kind of thing makes me miss the classroom. Love it.
Yeah, this will bring you right back, and you're going to have fun with your cat and everything. You're going to have your cat being a supermodel, so it's hilarious.
Yes, well, we would like to use some of it with our podcast, to get people excited about different podcasts.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Any entrepreneurs out there, or people that are online creating podcasts, you will want to come to this, because you will learn how to make your podcast so much different and so full of media. Absolutely. I'm a little excited. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, we love your excitement. It is contagious. Contagious.
Oh,
Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
And for our listeners, we hope that you will hit that subscribe button, because we have amazing people every week. So please join us. And I know they're going to want to replay this again and again. And then they can pull up that all of those slides that you shared today. So that's a bonus.
Yep, and all my tutorials and stuff are they're in there. You just find them all. So yeah, come
wow.
by.
Totally. A pleasure.
Wow.
A pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Much. Thanks everybody. So fun.
Thank you for listening. And if you would like to stay linked up, be sure to follow us on Apple and Spotify, and subscribe to us on YouTube.